I think the most important thing here is for all pregnant women, to book their pregnancies in facilities where their experience and also equipment and every other thing that will assist them, have a safe delivery.
Welcome to another episode of Health Chat with Best Western Hospital. I'm your host, Indidi. On today's episode, we'll be having a conversation about a topic that gets a bad rap among people, especially women, and this is about vaginal birth and cesarean section. When it comes to vaginal birth and CS, especially CS, there's almost a God forbid kind of thing. So on today's episode, I have with me Nurse Idowu, a registered nurse midwife at Best Western Hospital. Nurse Idowu, it's good to have you here.
Hello, glad to be here.
All right, so to start with, we all know that cesarean section has a bad rap in Nigeria. Like when you talk about CS, it's almost a God forbid kind of thing. Nobody wants to hear about it. So as a pregnant woman who is expecting, what should she opt for?
I think the most important thing here is for all pregnant women, to book their pregnancies in facilities where their experience and also equipment and every other thing that will assist them, have a safe delivery, irrespective of the method, be it a vaginal delivery or a cesarean section. Registering in a very good facility, or gives you the opportunity to be well assessed by your doctor, and then and also you have midwives who would assist you, in making decision about whatsoever method, that is best for you.
Okay, so right from pregnancy, your healthcare provider can know the way your birth is going to go, what method would be.
Yes, as pregnancy advances, there is a particular a stage of pregnancy when we expect, a baby to, be in a cephalic presentation. I mean, the head down and then the leg up. And then if at this particular stage, you're still having something like a breech or transverse position, this is relating to positioning now. Let me use that as an example. And then let's use, for instance, if the woman is a primary, I mean, this is her first pregnancy. So it might be somehow, exposing that kind of a woman to, having a vaginal delivery, because it's going to involve so many maneuvering. And, we do not want, the aim is not just to have the baby come out, but to have the baby come out with no issues, no complications at all. We don't want the baby coming out and then the baby is oxygen dependent. I think you understand what I'm saying. And then in some cases, it could be fetal factor, cases of prematurity, probably the baby needs to come out at a particular time, and then the baby is still, let's say, 30 weeks, and we don't want that kind of baby to come out through the birth canal, because you're trying to protect the baby. In this case, this call is still fragile, and then you just want the baby to be fine when the baby comes out. And in this case, you might have to advise the woman to go for cesarean section. And sometimes another fetal factor is, someone wants to have a microsomic baby. What I mean is, looking at someone, carrying a 4 kg baby, 4.5 kg baby, and then you're looking at the woman, she's not, and where do you expect that kind of baby to come out from? In some cases, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. But then imagine that kind of a woman having that baby and then she has a cervical laceration. This is not a vaginal tear I'm talking about, it's cervical laceration. And then she has to go through the pain of cervix being repaired, and then maybe, coupled with a vaginal laceration again because of the weight of the baby. Then looking at all this stress, I think it's better.
Why not go for
CS? And then in this case, I'm sure you're going to stress that baby a lot. It's going to be a prolonged labor, and then that kind of a baby comes out, oxygen dependent, let's say a day, 2 days. It can be, a very emotional moment for the parents, and they don't even know the fate of the child. Sometimes you have to probably take the child to a neonatal intensive care unit. Fine, the woman has successfully had vaginal delivery, but then here is the baby battling to survive. Sometimes it could be maternal factors. Okay, this is the woman, and then she has let's say pregnancy-induced hypertension, like hypertension that is not coming down even with the doctor's intervention. She's placed on medications, allowed to rest and all that. And then this baby has to come out. And then you find women saying all sorts of things, God forbid. And, some of them will give you all forms of incantations like, nobody assist around to have a child.
Or even their family.
Nobody has ever had.
Yeah.
This case is different, It's better to have that cesarean section than,
Save yourself.
throw a fit during pregnancy. In this case, the baby may come out as IFD, yes, a fresh stillbirth or something worse could happen, and then the mother too is there battling with her life. So I think it's better in this kind of a case to just have a cesarean section and let everybody be fine. Because there can be other reasons why a woman should have a cesarean section. Yes. So that is why I said earlier that you should use a place where you can trust their judgment about your health. There are cases whereby a woman has a coexisting fibroid with that pregnancy. Okay. And then if the fibroid is in the way of the baby, let's say at the mouth of the cervix, then where does the baby want to go through? Do you understand? So in these cases, when you tell some women, this is the position of the fibroid and then this is where your baby is, I think you should have a cesarean section, and they run away. Some of them go to prayer houses, and we believe in miracles too. But then we pray and then, make good, decisions so that we can have a good outcome. To me, having a safe delivery is, irrespective of whatsoever mode of delivery, was used, whether it's a vaginal delivery or a cesarean section. The most important thing is we want to have a live baby and, a mother who is fine enough to take care of that baby. So I think.
So what are some misconceptions that people have about cesarean section? So there are things that people, whether true or untrue, that they've built up over the years that gives cesarean section a bad rap. So what are some of these misconceptions?
Okay, I would say these misconceptions, come from, let me say, people's level of education. Yeah. And then,
but I don't know I don't know educated people who still.
Yeah, there are educated people who also do not willingly submit to having a cesarean section. So I think let me use stigma. Yes,
there's a stigma.
We are now in a society where some women make other women feel less of a woman when they have their babies through cesarean section. For example, when you hear someone has put to bed, and the next thing you hear is did she deliver by herself? Is it a cesarean section? When the cesarean section, they say, she's lazy. So that one, some women have been tagged lazy women for having their babies through cesarean section. And then another thing is, some people see it as a spiritual attack. Everything has been going on fine. Yes, everything has been going on fine. Antenatal has been fine. The baby has been fine. The mother has been fine. No issues. And then few weeks to delivery or probably the day of delivery, the woman might have even been in labor, and then probably the labor is not progressing, and they say, to save the mother and the baby, let's have a cesarean. And then they said no, it's spiritual attack. Probably somebody saw them on their way to the hospital, or probably she offended somebody, and then the person is trying to get back at them. And now, why is cesarean section? Why is she the only one? Sometimes the stigma even happens in the hospital, and then probably you have like 4 women lying in ward, probably in labor, and then only one person has to do a cesarean section. And then the woman feels, did I offend somebody who attacked me and all these things? So, and they're not supposed to be so. Another thing is some people believe, she has opted for a cesarean section because she wants to waste money. She wants to spend her husband's money. Well, this is not true. For me, I think cesarean section, our own aim, as healthcare professional is we just want everything to be fine, want everything to be perfect. If you feel a spontaneous vaginal delivery is not going to be beneficial to this woman and her baby, then we advise. Hospitals don't force. I don't think there's any hospital that is going to force a woman. Yes, they will advise you. I think you should. Even in cases of emergency, they will still take their time to explain to you the reasons why you should have a cesarean section or that, which you would sign for it. So I'm submitting myself, I'm submitting my wife to have procedure done, and the aim is just for everything to be perfect. And
that's a lot. I mean, so women, you are not lazy, you are not spending your husband's money in quotes when you opt for a cesarean section. Yeah, so as a final note, what do you think a safe delivery is?
I think a safe delivery is, when at the end of it you have a baby without no issues, no complications, and the mother too is fine, no issues, no complication. Yes, or irrespective of the method, the mother and the baby are fine. Whether they go through, baby was brought out through the tummy or through the vaginal way or anything. And the truth of the matter is, you can have your first baby through a cesarean section, and then your other babies, you have them through spontaneous vaginal delivery. And sometimes it happens that you've had probably some vaginal deliveries, and then this one is coming as a cesarean section. And at this point, I think the woman should not feel bad.
Yeah.
Just look at the positive side of it. You want to have your baby and you being fine, and that's it.
Thank you so much, Nurse Idowu.
No, welcome.
Yeah, so just like Nurse Idowu said, there's no shame around having a CS. Yeah, so women, your lives are important. The lives of your babies are important. So regardless of what people say, you are not lazy. You are not spending your husband's money when you opt for a CS. A safe delivery is one where there are no complications, regardless of the method. Yeah, so I hope this changes your mindset, and please share with other people in your network. Thank you. Till the next time.